What's up everybody, Bryce and Michael RC here, and today's 3D cosplay is going to be a little bit different than what I have done before. I've been able to finish every single one of them that I've done weekly, but for some odd reason, no matter what orange I got, I let it sit for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, all this different. Every time I put a clear coat over the top of it to make it, because I wanted to seal in the weathering and stuff and put it under the layer instead of on top of the layer. It looked really cool when I did it on the black side, so I wanted to do it on the orange side as well. The orange side would spider. It was almost like it wasn't dried all the way through, and the paint would just spider up. And I'll show you guys a video of it right here spidering up. It was just real cruddy, and it did that with I got 3 different types of spray paint, 3 different types of orange, and every one of them did it, no matter how many days I waited. So this one is, as of right now, unfinished. Plus, I just got these bad boys in right here, and what these are these are rare earth magnets. What are they called? I don't know. Here. There it is right there. These magnets here, they're super strong. They're real small. You can see how small each one of them is right there, and they're super tough. Let me show you guys an example real quick. This is pretty funny. I was doing this in the car ride home. All the way through the lip. So they hold on to each other through the lip, and I can... Not strong enough to really pinch and leave a bruise or anything. One of these tiny ones, that way I didn't have to make any large indentions into the thing itself. Comes with a ton of them right here. I think this was only like 10 bucks on Amazon or something. I'll leave a link in the description for these. They're real small, real strong, and I'm going to use them for the back of this helmet that I'm going to show you right now. I just haven't gotten a chance to put them in. Reason being is because yesterday, day before today, everything's just about done, and I was going to start working on putting the magnets in and getting it to connect and stuff, and my son broke the back piece to it, and I had to re-glue it. I had to re-sand it down. I haven't had a chance to repaint it and stuff, so I haven't really had a chance to put the magnets on it. So I'll make an extra video of the Deathstroke once it gets completely done, just so I can show you guys with the removable back with the magnets and stuff, plus with the clear coat over the top, because the clear coat looks so much better than it does as of right now. It's got like a satin black on it, and the clear coat brightens up the black a little bit. It doesn't make it like a gloss black, but it brightens it up to a point where it looks like a shiny used black. It looks really cool. Plus I got the Darth Vader down here that you can barely see in the frame. But we're going to be showing you guys the Deathstroke today. So like I said, it's got 2 pieces. Here's the back here, and you can see where it broke right along the seam. This is prior to using the gel super glue that I've been using. It's got gel super glue on it now, so this back part wasn't glued together all that strong. It was used with a different type of glue. It's before I went straight to nothing but the super glue, and it broke fairly easily. But now that I've got that on it, it's pretty rough, and you can see where I sanded it and stuff. So I'm just kind of... You gotta wait on super glue for at least a day. Make sure that it completely dries. As long as if you put your face up to it and your eyes don't burn, then it's pretty much done. But if your eyes still burn, then you need to give this a little bit of time to set. Here's the front of it right here. Now this is the Deathstroke from the Injustice game. I think it's the first Injustice game. I'm not 100% sure. I'll show a little picture right here. I googled Deathstroke helmets. This actually came in a full set. You downloaded from Thingiverse all the helmets. It was like one compilation of every single helmet. You could take it in the mesh mixer and separate every one of the helmets, and then move that helmet to a file all by itself, which is what I did. I picked this one out of all the helmets because I didn't want to do the same one that everybody does, which, you know, is this one right here. And tried to kind of challenge myself. It has a little bit more dents to it. It has a little bit more, it has this eye patch over the side of it right here that I thought was really cool looking. Plus I knew I was gonna have to tape this part up to get the separation from the black here and the orange up here. And so I'm really happy with how this turned out so far. Now if I can get the clear coat to stick on it and the clear coat to stay without the orange spidering up, then I'm going to be super happy. So I think I'm going to give it like a whole week before actually doing it. I'll show you guys what I was talking about. You see that has the clear coat on it over the back. You can see how the light kind of shines off of it, but you can still see the silver of the weathering and stuff underneath it. There's still some spots that have the real shine. And then when you move up here, it's the more satin So I want to get more of that shine to it, less of the satin, and just kind of make this overall look like it's brand new but with weathered on it type thing. So I did the weathering. You guys will see the process video. I'll upload the process video like usual separately. The red eye here isn't glass or anything. It's just a little plastic piece that came from a 97-cent envelope from Walmart, which you guys will see in the process video as well. I don't know if I show you guys this in the video or not, but I just ended up using tape to put it in because it's a real thin piece of plastic. In fact, they're two pieces of plastic on top of each other. I couldn't just use one or it's way too see-through. So I ended up using two, and I taped it in because every time that I tried to use super glue to super glue it in, the super glue would spread to the rest of it and this whole thing would look completely fogged up and stuff. So this is the cleanest, best way to do it here. Like I said, I've had this done 3 or 4 different times, and then when I went to go put the finished clear coat on it, it messed it up. So I did have the weathering almost perfectly. I still like the weathering how it is right now. I think I've been getting a little bit better at weathering, but the weathering was so much better the first time that I did it, I will admit. I took a little bit more time. Some of these marks, like this mark here and this mark over here, were marks that I remembered from the first time that I weathered. I knew it looked good, so I put it on there. There was just a little bit more to right here with like black, and down right here a little bit more grunge and black on the creases and stuff that I didn't get this time around. I got on a little bit, but not near as much as I had before. But overall, let me tell you about the print, because that's what this video is about. You guys can see the process and stuff and see how it's made and everything by clicking on the video that's going to be at the end of this video, or by clicking on the link in the description. You can go make this helmet yourself by clicking on the link in the description. Just make sure that whenever you do it, you go into Mesh Mixer. This is, like I said, this is about 5 different helmets. The one that everybody makes all the way down to this one. Basically every helmet that Deathstroke has done is in this one file. So you have to go into something like Mesh Mixer, some way that you can split up all the helmets, separate them. This one came full helmet. I think that there's one exactly like this that's just the front. There's also a few other newer versions. I had to take the whole thing, split it up, and then cut the back piece off. This was how it was as a whole, like that. And you guys will see it all put together in the video, the process video. That's how it was as a whole. And then I ended up going in and cutting this out. There's also a piece that was right here that I ended up cutting out. And that's where I'm going to put the magnets. So we're going to just stick on like that and stick that back piece on. So, and it still looks amazing. Really, really good. Really like this file. This has been, it was so easy going. Here, let me show you guys what it looks like on. I am Deathstroke. Show me the green arrow. No, this isn't from the Green Arrow, the Arrowverse one. It's from the Injustice, of course, which I have never played. I've never played it, but this makes me want to play it. But like I said, I really enjoyed this file. I enjoyed putting it together. It was super easy. Going in and splitting them up was super easy. Then I took it in the Mesh Mixer and I split it into 4 and 4, 8 pieces. Glued it all together. Everything was really, really smooth. Everything was smooth, including the first layer of black. It wasn't until I got to the orange paint that everything started going awry. And I actually split it down the middle perfectly whenever I went into Mesh Mixer, and so it gave me a line. And when I was first painting this, I had a perfect line where I could put the edge of the tape on and separate the two halves, and the line down the middle ended up being perfect. Now it's not so much, because I had to kind of eyeball it after I finally went in and re-smoothed it, wet sanded it, and took it all the way back down to the 3D. I took it all the way back down to the 3D filament itself on each side probably 2 or 3 times, and then had to re-spray paint it, and I was doing it a side at a time. And then this last time I finally just took the entire front, went all the way back down to the filament, sprayed it all the satin color, and then eyeballed it and did a decent job at eyeballing it, I think. But it's not 100% perfect, and I think this is one of those masks that it's so detailed and so just an amazing print that that I'm gonna eventually get this perfect. If the clear coat goes on wrong again, I'm gonna really take my time with it now that I've already made the video, and we'll be showing you guys an updated version of this. In fact, I might be doing another one of the Deathstroke helmets too, because there's a couple on there me and my son went through. This is the one that we both ultimately landed on first as our favorite, but there's another one on there that both of us really liked. We might be printing that one off as well. There it is. I'll leave a link in the description to the Thingiverse that you guys can go to download this. This is just an awesome helmet. It really is. I can't say enough about it, and it's super easy to put together if you get a good orange. That's not as troublesome as the oranges that I've gotten. Then it'll go really smooth, and it's I did it on the Anycubic i3 Mega, so didn't use that much wood filler. Used a few spots in the top, but it smoothed out real easy. Mostly just the wood filler and the wet sanding smoothed it out real good. You can't see any of the 3D lines and stuff in it anymore. And this one, once I get it completely done, this might be one that I was talking about the Kylo Ren helmet there. This one might be one that I actually decide to make a mold of as well, because I really like this helmet. That is the newest addition to the shelf. I'm going to be working on the Darth Vader all this next week. Hopefully I have that done by next Thursday. If I can't get it done by next Thursday, I'm going to try to work more on the Stormbreaker. Also, another real quick update with the Anycubic i3 Mega. I haven't been able to print anything here recently, and I won't be able to print anything for the next couple days. So next week, if I can't get... I've been working on this Darth Vader for a long time. It was the first thing I ever printed, the first helmet I ever printed. And then I kind of tossed it aside and started working on a few other things, and then dug it all back out and started working on it again, because I just wasn't good enough to get it the way that I wanted it. Darth Vader's helmet has to be super smooth. Darth Vader's helmet has to be really smooth, and it has to have a really jet black paint to it. And I couldn't get this crack to go away in the back, even though that I did so much to it. I put wood filler in there 1,000 times. I don't know why that crack keeps showing up. I got everything else to go away on the sides. I still got some wet sanding and stuff to do. Plus I had to cut these out with the Dremel. This part here and this part here, and then the eyes. All those parts had to be cut out with the Dremel. And then I've got to get some screens and stuff to put in it. So there was so much to this that none of the other helmets required, that I just wasn't good enough to do this. But I think that I'm good enough to do it now, so I'm going to actually finish this one. This one's going to be the first helmet for my daughter. Plus I got to get the 3D printer up and running before I finish this, because it's got these pieces right here on the front that I printed in the wrong size the first time that I printed it. And so now I don't have those pieces until the printer gets up and running. So the update on the printer is I got a hold of Anycubic, and I talked to Anycubic, and you guys may have seen the last video that I posted about the breakdown of the Anycubic, blowing the fuses and things like that, and the bed, lighting it up, but the power supply not working, and all this different stuff. Well, I got a hold of a guy named Larry on Anycubic's customer service, and he seemed to know exactly what was going on. He had me run a series of tests, of which I ran, and we came to the conclusion that it was the power supply in the Anycubic. So Anycubic got a hold of me themselves and said that they would send me the power supply for only $25, as long as I just needed to send them my PayPal information, and then they would send it to my PayPal, and then I can just put 25 bucks on that, and then they will mail it to me. So once that transaction takes place, they're going to mail it to me. I think it's coming from China, so I'm not sure. They said free shipping, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take in order to get here. So I've got the Darth Vader helmet and the Stormbreaker that I can work on, but until the Anycubic actually, the power supply gets done, I'm afraid I can't really finish any of them, because there's a few things that I want to do with the Stormbreaker first, and I may need to reprint some parts. Then I have to reprint the front parts of the Darth Vader helmet, so I can probably get to a point like in this video with the Deathstroke, but I may take a couple weeks off until that gets done, and then it's on like Donkey Kong. We're gonna be having some fun with this channel. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the comments and stuff for the last video. Everybody's help that tried to help me through it. Everybody that mentioned that it could have been the Ultra Base. I took the entire thing apart. I took all the shrink wrap and stuff off the wirings. I checked all the wiring. I did so much stuff. I was reading everybody's comments, going through and trying to do what I could do to get the Anycubic i3 Mega back up and running. And once the power supply comes in, it should be back to 100%. I hope. Cross your fingers. I don't want to jinx myself. But hopefully it's back up and running. And if it's not by mid-June, we'll have the CR10 here anyways to keep going anyways. So stick around, hit that notification button. Every Thursday right here, if not next Thursday, we're going to start this right back up very, very, very soon, in less than a month. So keep coming back, keep checking these out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button. My name is Bryson Michael RC. Tell me what you guys think. Check out the video right here at the end if you guys want to see the process build of the entire Deathstroke helmet, which I don't, by the way, I don't show everything, because if I would have kept filming every single time that this thing spiderwebbed, I think I might have only shown it once if I showed it at all. Because if I would have filmed every time I repainted it, that video would have been so long it wasn't even funny. So that's why I told you guys in this video, so you knew that when watching that, you're not really going to see it. You're going to see all the basic steps that you need to take if you were wanting to build the Deathstroke. That's what the process videos are for, is for if you want to build it. So you don't need to see all the spider webbing, because the spider webbing isn't going to help you, you know. So that's what that's for. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.